So I had a moment of revelation at like 1 o'clock in the morning. It was based on some thoughts I had from our conversation with Shell Green the other day and talking about origin story. Now, back when I was in my 20s, and I still love really old things, like anything that's uh, that's old, but I bought a series of someone's journals from like the turn of the century, so from like 1901, 1902. And we were with Cheryl. We were talking about origin story, and it just made me realize like I have someone's origin story somewhere in this mess in my basement. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out those journals, and I'll show you what they look like. Give me a few minutes. Okay, so I've gotten the box, and as you can see here, it actually says Bryan's Old Books. Now, I haven't opened this box in probably 5 years. I think when I moved from my other house, I packed it away, and it's been in storage. And I moved it. It was actually in those big like plasticky crates, and I moved them into these smaller boxes so I could store them. And I know it's not really good to store paper in paper, but it is what it is. So I haven't opened this box in forever. And I actually think I have other boxes with some of these in there, but this is the first one I found. So let's see what's in it. So, okay. So as you can see, there's some books that don't look so old, but let's see what's actually in here, guys. So we got some Kim, we got Ernest Hemingway. I was very addicted to like Ernest Hemingway and like, as you see, J.D. Salinger. These aren't that old. These are probably from like when I was in school. Most of these, Lord of the Flies, this was actually from like grade school, I think. I think I actually stole it. So, yeah, probably. I probably owe Immaculate Conception over in Memphis, Tennessee, a few dollars or something for this. But I'm pretty sure I stole this from grade school. Tale of Pooh, relatively newer. Okay, here we go. Now we're starting to see some of the really old ones. And, Han Solo, if you're like a Star Wars fan. I think this was like junior high or grade school. Predator, come on. Animal Farm. This one I definitely probably stole from grade school. Yeah, look at my handwriting there. But here we go. And there's actually, before I get to the journals, there's actually some really, really old books. Like I said, I love old stuff. So if you know who Lassie is, there's some real, Bonanza. Look at this. So even when I was a kid, I liked really old things. But here we go. I'll let Peanuts. Here we go. 1943, not quite as old as I thought. Let's see what some of these other ones are. Here's a daily reminder, 1934. We see there's a whole bunch of writing in these things. Here's a 5-year diary. I don't know what year that one's from, but it looks like, I think it was like this when I got it, but something was eating it. And what's really cool is I could see there's actually stuff in here. So there are things that this person stored in these daily reminders and these journals. And here's actually a book. Oh, the Red Fairy book. So this is actually a book that's really old. I think I actually got this with these journals. Here we go, 1950, 1942, 55. Like I said, not quite as old as I recall. Here's another book I think I got at the same time. I never opened this one. Wow, here's one that's pretty beat. Okay, 1919. I don't know if you guys could see that. 1919, this journal is from. Now, these are all from the same house. And actually, the person's name is in this one. So maybe we'll start with that one. Oh, nope. We're going to start with this one. 1917. Now, and we see here, there's actually like newspaper clippings and stuff like that. In this, there's even, it looks like stamps. But there's a lot of writing in these, as you can see as I'm flipping through it. And these I got in an estate sale back in the day, sometime on Long Island. Catcher in the Rye. This is actually, I think, a second edition. It's pretty beat up, but second edition. Some more J.D. Salinger. Oh, look, Monopoly. Monopoly. This is one of the original Monopoly sets, I think from like the 50s or something like that, or even older actually. Okay, so here's something else I actually just pulled out. This is actually the original, this yearbook I actually got at the same time. So this is the person's yearbook, and it is from 1930. So we're gonna actually take a look at this. But also, so what I wanna do is take some time, look through that first journal from 1917, and basically make sure you guys subscribe, tune in, and every week I'm gonna try to go through at least one of these journals. Like I said, I think I have a lot more of them. I just need to find them, you know? And why is this sort of project so important? I know I talked about origin story early on in this, but you know, I remember being a kid and my dad, you know, I used to, like I said, I always loved old things. And I remember my dad one day, because my dad liked really cool, odd things. And I think that's really what gets us into those things. And I remember my dad asking me, he was like, Bryan, hey, you know, you love this stuff so much. Like, these are things most people would just get rid of, right? And I think, to me, you know, someone took the time, you know, and look, we're talking about 1917. I think the oldest one is 55, but someone took the time to write down their origin story for, you know, that many years. So to someone that was that important, and the same thing goes for like old stuff. And here comes my dog to visit, but if someone took the time to love something so much that they took the time to take care of it and save it for all those years, it was obviously important to someone, and it was part of their origin story. So to me, you know, when I see someone selling something like this at a garage sale, you know, you're selling someone's origin story, you're getting rid of someone's origin story, and that meant something to someone, and maybe it seems a bit odd, but to me that's important. You know, this person, they took the time to do this, and you know, we're caretakers of all the things, you know, that come across us in our lives. And I just look at it this way, you know, like I said, after we were talking with Cheryl Green, it really made me understand that I don't just have my origin story, right? And you don't have just yours, but everyone has one. And this is someone's origin story, and I'm actually really curious what it is. And you know, like I said, make sure you subscribe, because every week I'm going to go through one of these journals. Have a great day, everyone.